and welcome to this Twin Peaks review. So this is for Season 3, Episode 4 and 5. So I'm finally up to date. I think there was a bit of confusion around the schedule that I'm seeing on my TV here versus what Showtime is releasing. But yeah, so I think I'm up to date now. So before I go forward here with this quick recap of Episode 4 and 5, this will contain spoilers. So if you're not up to date, possibly pause this and come back when you're ready. So once again, just going to recap 4 and 5 quickly, and then I'll go into some theories around Dougie and how I think it's starting to tie together, how the episodes are all kind of working, and just some people that are joining together, which, vaguely joining together, which I want to point out. So let's start with Dougie. So he finally, leaves the casino. So we see some cool scenes there with him and Mr. Jackpots. So being Mr. Jackpots, and he helps the old lady out there get some more money. And we see the management of the casino kind of saying, "Oh, I'm watching you. Here's the money, and on your way." And they help him get home. Luckily as well, he finds a friend who mentions his address, and we know Dougie's in that. Not Dougie, but Agent Coop. He's in that kind of catatonic state where he can only really repeat what people are saying to him. He's almost like a zombie, if you will. So yeah, he manages to get home and finds out that he has a wife and son. So we see his wife is aware of the debt that he's in, so she's in with that. So but the thing is, it's all very positive because the money that he's won is helping them, so that's good. But who do they owe money to? Obviously, it's possibly all of it is to those the people that are trying to hunt him down. Those two guys in that car. We learn a bit more about that a bit later, anyway. So let's jump over to the FBI. So we see them heading down to see Coop that's in prison. So that was the doppelganger Coop. I thought he died initially, but he managed to survive somehow. And obviously it was Dougie that seems to have perished. But we see a quick conversation with Denise. So David Duchovny is back as Denise. I was pretty happy to see that because I think it's a great character and very comical as well. And it was cool to see him back in that role. I didn't think that was going to occur, but it was cool because it was him. So that's always nice to see those old characters coming back with the same actors and actresses. So we see, jump to Twin Peaks, the actual town, and we see Lucy struggling with technology. So we see her on the phone with the sheriff, and then the sheriff walks in, and he's got a cell phone, and she just loses it. She can't understand cell phones. But we see as well that the sheriff is Frank, where it used to be Harry. So they're brothers, and Harry is currently sick. So I'm not sure what the sickness is, but hopefully Harry does come back. Not sure what's going on there. But, Frank is pretty cool anyway. I quite like his style and his laid-back style that's going on there. So we see as well that the Twin Peaks police station has blossomed. It's massive now. It looks like the same building, but the amount of people in there, it was 4 or 5 originally, and now it's at least 15, or if not more. One of the people that's joined the force is Bobby. So if you remember from Season 1, Season 2, Bobby was one of the bad guys. He was, he wasn't, a murderer. I guess he came close to it, but he was, just an adolescent bad guy, if you will. And now he seems to be in charge of looking after the border, so making sure there's no drugs coming across the border. So that's pretty cool. We also learned from him that, if you remember, his father was Major Garland Briggs. And we learn that shortly after Coop, what we believe was Coop, came out of the Black Lodge, he had a conversation with Major Garland Briggs. And after that point, neither of them were heard from again. So both went missing after that point. So what happened there? We don't know, but I think that's important going forward. So we also see a bit of a divide in the police station, and we have the old crew that are kind of aware of the mystery and strange happenings of previous times, and the new guys don't seem to be. So we had a character called Chad who seems very reluctant and very difficult to deal with. He plays a bigger part later on as well. Now this scene, this was amazing. So we see Lucy and Andy's son arrive. So it's Wally Brando, and their scene with those characters. It was hilarious. I think I was probably in tears. For some people that will just be an awkward scene that makes no sense, and I can understand it. But for me, it was absolute gold, and I didn't expect it to be that good, but it was. I really liked it. It was funny. Um, but yeah, we see as well the one-armed man. Going back to Dougie or Agent Coop, the one-armed man saying you've been tricked. Well, now one of you must die. Going back to Major Garland Briggs. So if you remember from episode 1 from season 3, there's a body found. Now we don't know much more about this apart from the investigation is still ongoing, so the detectives are still looking at it. It had someone's head and someone's body. No one knew what it was, and we see that the body had in its stomach, it had Dougie's ring. So now Dougie's tied to this murder. We'll get more into that obviously as we go through to episode 5. So, and also the body had the fingerprints taken, and it's military. They don't know who it is because it's classified information. So that's once again kind of pointing to Major Garland Briggs. So, cut to the end of the episode, and we see a meeting of Agent Coop. Well, the evil Agent Coop in prison, and Rosenfield and Gordon Cole, and the other character as well, the lady FBI character. Can't remember her name, escapes me right now. But yeah, so they have a meeting, and it was awesome to see they all immediately picked up that this wasn't right. I mean, that scene could have been really annoying if they dragged it on thinking it was the real Coop, real Agent Coop for so long, because these FBI characters are meant to be smart, and they portrayed that. They knew straight away that something is not right here. So that was cool to see that they portrayed intelligent FBI agents, even though sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's quite comical, but that was really good that they did, because that could have been annoying. Okay, so now jump on to episode 5, as we're going on for quite some time already with this. So quickly, we see the hitman trying to track down Coop again. They're on the phone to some lady who seems to be informing them of what to do. So she's stressing out. So she rings. It almost seems like a recording device that she rings and maybe leaves a message. So there's a strange device. If you guys know what the device is that she rings, we see as well that the shadow or the doppelganger Agent Coop, he rings it too. It's a device in Argentina, I believe. So if you know what that's about, put some notes in the comment section. That'd be awesome, because for me, I have no idea what that device is. Dougie as well, he's going to work. So he's still in this state of unconsciousness almost, or like a zombie, and he manages to he gets sent to work really. But it's interesting to see, because we're starting to get introduced to some new characters there. One of them is interesting as well. Is supposedly his friend, and he already calls him out saying he's lying. So it was cool to see, the light went on his face and kind of shone, and all of a sudden Agent Coop, he almost comes alive for a second and says he's lying. So it's cool to see maybe he's kind of coming around. But yeah, so we see him get in trouble as well at work. It's not too good there. And we also see his car, if you remember where it was initially in episode 3, where it was at the prostitute's house, or that house that they were at. It gets blown up because someone else is after him. So the original guys drive by, and the car's still there. So a second bunch of people drive by, and they go to steal his car, and they get blown up. So I don't know if they were just a random bunch of people trying to steal a car, or if they were hired to steal his car, possibly from the casino, maybe to get some money back. I don't know. We don't really know much more about those guys. So we also see the casino manager get beaten up by the owners and told to get out. So are they going to now hunt down Dougie, supposedly Dougie, even though it's Agent Coop? We see some new characters arriving as well. So in Twin Peaks, we see 2 more drug addicts, I guess you could say, male and female. So the male is trying to get a job, he fails, and the female is there's a relation to Shelley from the diner, so she's borrowing money from her, and we see them getting high and going on their way. But it's just, once again, the drug addicts are tying in here. It's all kind of slowly arcing together, all these storylines. So we finally know what Jacoby's doing with the golden spades. He is selling them because he's a conspiracy theorist and a radio host. So he goes on a radio show, and he has the adverts and tries to sell golden spades to help you dig through the shit. So The other thing, I guess, confirmation that the army is now aware of Major Garland. So they say his prints have shown up. So they're going to send someone to try and confirm this or not. They said this has happened before, so they don't believe it is. But I think it probably is because we've been made aware of it. So yeah, this for me, it's probably going to be Garland's body with Dougie's ring in it. So there's the stories are joining together with that one. We also see in the final one of the final scenes at the Bang Bang Club, a new character there, who is, for me, it's probably the person that's running drugs to Twin Peaks. He has a connection with the cop Chad, so Chad is aware of that and he's paying him out. So already we've got a link here with the Twin Peaks police station, the drug runners. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes. And we see as well one of the FBI agents has figured out the fingerprints. So maybe she has confirmed that their suspicions around their doppelganger Coop, that he is not Coop. He's not the original Coop. Interesting to see if she actually confirmed that. That'd be cool. And we have as well the bad Coop's call. So he has a call in prison, and he manages to bring down the entire security system whilst he's on a call, so it's not recorded. And it looks like he calls the same place as the lady who hired the goons to kill Dougie. So that kind of recording device or whatever it is, and then it transforms into a little block. Oh, it's so weird. If you guys have any idea what that's all about, let me know. I'm interested to see. But for me, it almost looked like a recording device. Maybe it's playing it onto someone else, and that was it self-destructing. I don't know, but it was pretty crazy. So I guess my theory around Dougie. So that was a recap. So I hope that covered it. Obviously, I missed some points in there. Just wanted to quickly go over that, even though it wasn't quick at all. 12 minutes, but anyway. So yeah, Dougie. My theory with Dougie so far and how it's all tied together. So initially, I thought Dougie was a parallel to the one-armed man. So Dougie, was when Agent Coop came out, the doppelganger. That Dougie managed to break off the evil doppelganger, and that's why we've seen Dougie before he died saying, "My arm's numb." Maybe that was a reference to that, but it seems that I don't know. The more I think about that, the less I like it. And also, there's some of the stuff that's been said, like "you were tricked, now one of you must die," and also the fact that obviously the doppelganger's not dead, and I thought he was at the end of episode 3. And another point is when the one-armed man said to him, "You were manufactured for a purpose, and if purpose has ended." So I kind of think that now that the evil doppelganger made Dougie somehow, and Dougie seems to be the scapegoat or the fall guy for everything. So we already see that if the evil doppelganger killed Major Garland Briggs, that he's planted Dougie's ring inside his stomach somehow. Also, I am aware that the Major Garland's disappearance is 20 years after this. Well, that's what it seems anyway. I don't think the timelines are too confusing in this. I think it's a linear timeline. We're skipping hours, maybe days, but not years now. So yeah, once it doesn't really make sense, but that's, I mean, he could have been in the Black Lodge or the White Lodge, who knows? But yeah, so Major Garland, so Dougie's tied with that. Dougie's also tied with these drug runners. So we see Dougie is it's being chased by, looks like the drug runners trying to kill him. Also, we see the black car that was trying to kill him or trying to steal his car. Is the casino after him as well? And the thing is, which adds to this, is that all these drugs are tying all these characters together. So if Dougie's in the middle, if the evil doppelganger was supplying drugs to Dougie and Dougie was distributing them locally, so that he's the fall guy for that, and also was he somehow distributing them up to Twin Peaks, and is that how Twin Peaks has got their drug problem now? So it ties in with the drugs. It ties in with Dougie being the fall guy as well. But unfortunately, Agent Coop is Dougie now, and he's looking like he's going to get the wrath from everyone. So yeah, but it's definitely kind of making more sense how it's coming together. And Blue Rose as well. I think that was one I mentioned it last time. I wasn't sure of it, but I just had a quick research on that one, and I remember they said it as well at the start of in the movie. I think it was. Blue Rose means, it's a serious investigation, and they're saying it again. So this is a mysterious situation that they need to get the best agents on. So that's when they say Blue Rose, which is pretty cool. I think that is probably it. I could do a whole episode on just Dougie. I think I might wait for the next episode just to drop, and then I'll hopefully get into it a bit more. Or I might do a theory episode anyway. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm right with Dougie being the fall guy? Was Dougie manufactured? Or was Dougie? Is there some relation there to the one-armed man? And is that how it is? Was Dougie just the host? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Really interested to hear that. I'll leave this video here. It's gone on for long enough. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please thumbs up if you did like it. Subscribe for future content around Twin Peaks and other things coming up in the future. I might even look at Fear of the Walking Dead as well. That's just come out. I haven't caught up on that yet, but I aim to do so soon. So until next time, this is Mesh, and I'll see you later.